to start off, after losing to Northeastern at the end of last semester, how did it feel to come back and get the win today?
Well, I thought it was great. You know, the last couple of games we've had the good fortune of scoring 6 goals and maybe, inched away as the game went along, so there wasn't as much pressure. But today, we had to get 2 late goals, one to tie it, one to win. We had to kill off a couple of penalties in there, and that shows me a little character, a little bit of heart. I didn't think we came out and played very well in the first period, and only for a couple of power plays that allowed us to get 6-8 shots. It looked like a close period, but to me it wasn't. We were kind of cruising around out there, skating around without much structure, and Northeastern is a real good hockey team. They're as quick as anybody we play, and we didn't make them work very hard, and they could have taken the game right there. But to come back at the end, show some character, and it's important as we move forward, getting into these big games and trying to get on a roll, which today keeps you on that roll.
How important was the quick answer to the second goal?
Well, obviously very, very important. I think one of the things that's gotten in our way, I talked about us playing 60 minutes, and then the other thing was being able to shut off the run. We haven't done a very good job there. We've turned some 1-0 games into a 3-1 deficit, and because we can't stop it after 1 goal. I think last year we were real good at that, and then we go find a second or third one and take the game over. But this year it's been more of a fight, and so to answer, get back to 2-2. Then to have a chance to just get a scrambly one by the net with 3, 4, 5 whacks at it. It's nice to see that one go in, because maybe other parts of the year this year that one got stuck under the goalie's pad or glove or arm, something like that.
How much emphasis did you put on just throwing the puck at the goal? There were a couple of goals that you guys scored this afternoon that were just a matter of just throwing the puck at the net and then scrambling in front of the goal and putting it in.
I mean, we always talk about that, and I probably was talking about it more later in the game, particularly from some funny angles. That goaltender Florence is an unbelievable goalie. She's got a .950 save percentage, which at this time of year is a little bit bizarre, but that's just how good she is. And I like to think we've got some people who can shoot the puck and score goals on this team, but she makes some people look pretty average sometimes. And so I think when you throw it at weird angles, it adds to the confusion. It adds to the chance of a deflection, and it almost puts the defense at a little bit of a funny situation sometimes, because if they're covering the people in the slot or in the grade A areas, they can poke it away. They can get on their sticks, and the funny angle ones are the ones you get a chance to throw at the net and maybe make a mess of it.
How important was Karen Sperry's role on the team today?
It's always important. I mean, she competes and fights, and even in the end, they got a shot that it was a little bit of a screen, but it was more kind of a funny knuckleball, and never did she stop fighting or reaching back or trying to keep that thing out of the net, because again, they were within inches of tying it, and not because we made any crazy mistakes. It just they got the puck up over the red line, threw it at the net, and things bouncing around left, right, and all over the place.
Halfway through the second period, you had that shot that goes under, but he winds up not being goal. What was your thought process during the game?
We thought we saw the puck go in, and I think there may have been a review that wasn't what we were looking at. The play went for 3 minutes, and I think the review was something within the last 30 seconds before the timeout. I think the review we wanted was about 2 to 3 minutes before that.
What do you think about your team's converting on the scoring chances today? I mean, it seemed like you had a lot of scoring chances. Was that mostly shelling, or did you just not get the bounces you wanted?
I'd probably answer it by saying better late than never. We got 2 pretty late there, and it was nice to see him go in. Probably if you ask Florence, she might have liked to have that second one back. That's one that just broke off her glove. I don't think she's, getting the first 2. She kind of made the first save, and Jill Cardell knocked the first one in, and then the second one, there was a bunch of people there, and she made a couple of stops. But sometimes you have to have a little bit of luck, a bounce here or there, and again, she's still going to have a fantastic goals against, a fantastic save percentage, and we snuck out with a win. But it's always a tough order with a kid like her and a quick team that they have. That Dave Flint's done an unbelievable job there, and they got a bunch of real good hockey players. So nice to get out of here with a win.
You talked about the play of Jen Wakefield this afternoon. She seemed to be all around the net, especially in the third period with the 2 points.
Yeah, and again, you hope big players can answer the bell. They can come up with big goals, and part of the reason they're going to be on the ice a lot down the stretch. You shorten it up to kind of 2.5 lines in the end, and it's great to see her get one, and it doesn't have to be the big slap shot or the great wrist shot in the top corner. It's just one of those ones at the net where everybody's fighting, and she gets a chance to knock one in. So we, like everybody else, rely on some different people scoring, but your big people are going to be out there a lot, particularly at that time of the game. So great to see her get one.
How did playing fundraising for the Skating for Strides, how did that change the mentality of the team today?
Pink jerseys, pink socks. So right off the bat, it certainly changes things to everybody's eye. But I think our kids see it as another hockey game. The Skating Strides, I think the biggest thing there is that we try to raise money, and the league has done a fantastic job. I think it's the last number of years it's been somewhere in the neighborhood of $30,000, and tonight at the men's game, the ladies will be there, kind of doing our pink pucks. We maybe stole that idea from UConn, who did the pink skates, but you give $1 and your name goes up, and it'll be in Walter Brown Arena probably for the next 3 weeks, through the end of the regular season, and it's just our way of giving back. And I can't say enough how much the ladies on this program and throughout the athletic department give. I don't think people have any idea the number of hours, the number of times they're called on. It's not once, it's not twice, it's not 4 times. It's probably close to 10 times a year where they're called on for community service, fundraising, clinics, the big cancer walk that's done at the beginning of the year. The last 2 years we played, or 2 of the last 3 years we played 2 games, a Friday, Saturday game, and Sunday at 6 a.m. They, along with probably 100 other athletes, are out on the Esplanade. So it's fantastic, and it's a great reflection on Boston University and our program.
Can you talk about Marie for the Coleman's toughness playing, despite the fact that she wasn't 100% this week?
Sure. I think I mentioned it Wednesday that she's one of the toughest kids we have. She's not going to back down from anything. But when you have 3 serious injuries like she's had in the last 10 or 11 months, there was a time probably early this week when she was apprehensive. I think mentally apprehensive, not physically. And my training staff, I believe, reassured her that it'll be painful, but it's not going to get re-injured. And I think she sort of got a little bit of a positive mental vibe there. Got bumped in the last practice before we played Boston College, and I think got bumped in that game once or twice, and really got reassurance that okay, everything's holding itself in place. The shoulder's good, and she's actually each day was able to put some more mustard on her shot. She got a nice wrist shot that she scored against BC, and tonight had to let a few shots go, and not for us hitting our own shin pad. I think she might have had another goal tonight on a one-timer in the slot, but I think it hit one of our players in front and didn't go in. But she's a catalyst for us. She brings great excitement to our bench, and certainly puts a little bit of fear, I think, in the other team, or certainly makes sure there's one other player they've got to monitor pretty closely.